Wow, what a game. Jackie Warren, thank you very much. So we have another confirmed round of 16 matchup. Norway will square off against five-time winners Brazil on July 5th at New York, New Jersey Stadium. P. Moonstein, Carly Lloyd, Mikhail John Obi and Peter Schmeichel with you. What an ending to the game. So close for Ivory Coast. Heartbreaking for them, but so much joy for Norway to make it through.
But Norway's a good team, you know. I mean, I mean, it doesn't count for anything to dominate position, but they had the ball more. By the time Ivory Coast scored, you can easily say that Norway should have been 4-0 up. They had the biggest chances before Norway scored.
Ivory Coast 4-0 up.
Let me do my stuff, right? Before Norway scored their first goal, you can argue that Ivory Coast probably should have been up. But Norway missed some really big chances on 1-0. And then, as we've seen before, one team gets back and all of a sudden we have that excitement.
Go on, Mikhail, have your say then.
No, I just think, listen, at the end of the day, the best team that are more clinical did win the game. All I have to say is that massive congratulations to Ivory Coast the way they've played. I thought, you know, they came out, they played really well. I said in the second half, at the end of the first half, they need to continue playing the way they did. Yes, they did create a bit of chances, but not clear-cut. And then we saw that magic from Diallo, who came in and kind of changed the game. But when you have this man on the pitch, you know, Erling Haaland, one chance, one goal, that's all he needs. And so far, he's been the guy who's scored the winning goals in the last 3 games that he's played in this tournament so far. Absolutely superb. 60 goals in 53 games for his country.
It's unbelievable. I mean, what a stat. But, you know, Ivory Coast, hats off to them. I thought they had a fantastic World Cup. And sometimes this game is cruel. And like we talked about Haaland, I think he was even laughing at his goal a little bit. He nearly mishit it. But one chance, one moment is all it takes. But this is what it means to all of these players to represent their countries on the world biggest stage. And Norway had a, pretty good game plan and executed. We're clinical in front of goal, and that's ultimately what it takes.
And I think the Norwegian manager, Ståle Solbakken, he did a really good thing on his substitution. He sent Oscar Bob in as very energetic, just to help out on that right back position, because that's where Ivory Coast had a lot of joy. And all of a sudden, that kind of was close to it. And also Oscar Bob's pass to Berg for the goal was unbelievable. But there you go, Solbakken and Erling Haaland. One thing I want to say as well is that Martin Ødegaard today. Obviously, we follow the Premier League. He's not been right for a very long time. Today, he was absolutely
you see what it means to this guy here. I mean,
You're about to see some good celebrations, Mikhail. This is what you came for.
Yeah, let's get the band out. Boom. Boom.
I think he's waiting for it to happen. They are going to do it. I'm sure they
are going to do it. If it works, why not? Keep doing it. I mean, but listen, they deserve it. He deserves it. He's been absolutely superb. Goal-scoring machine. I think as long as he's fit, this guy, he will break all sort of records. I know, we'll talk about Lionel Messi with his goal scoring at the World Cup, but this guy here will be some force to reckon with in the future.
And Nusa, the goal scorer. I mean, Norway took them a little bit to get into that first half. I think Ivory Coast was definitely the better side, didn't finish their opportunities that they had, but the individual brilliance to just get that goal, unbelievable shot. And Norway are ultimately going through.
Yeah, absolutely huge day. You can see there Erling Haaland's dad, Alfie, watching on. He must be so proud too. We're going to take a quick break. We will show you all of these scenes, though, when we come back. Erling Haaland, the hero, he scores his 5th goal of the tournament and his 60th in 53 international matches. Norway able to extend their first World Cup appearance since 1990. For Norway, with 3 wins in 4 matches this summer. They surrendered the lead in the second half today, but found a way to come back out on top. Let's have a look at the highlights then. And Carly, first of all, started with a stunning goal from Antonio Nusa.
Yeah, just individual brilliance. We don't have any of Ivory Coast's first half highlights. They did have a few chances. I thought they were the better side. And this, Nusa, just an absolute banger of a goal, bending perfectly in that right-hand corner. This is exactly what this Norwegian side needed. Great goal.
Erling Haaland had a big chance that was blocked and led to this corner. And Alexander Zerloff Any day of the week he would score on this one, just not today. That could have made it 2-0.
And here we can see this here. We've got a brilliant save from Orjan Nule.
Well
Love that name.
Yeah, then we get into the 66th minute here, and that is just one of the biggest chances missed in this World Cup. How did that not go in by Ekem?
74th minute, and we were crying for this man to come off the bench, and he did absolutely. I came off the bench, and what an individual brilliance. This absolutely superb goal.
Probably two of the best goals of the tournament.
Oh, yeah, definitely. What a goal this was.
So Amad Diallo equalising there for Ivory Coast.
Well, we might at this point have seen two of the best goals in the tournament. I don't think this one would be, but that pass from Oscar Pop there to Berg is fantastic. And then, you know, not the cleanest of finish. When we see this one from behind, you can actually, when you look at him, you can see that he oh no, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. He kind of knows that this wasn't the cleanest of finishes, but it went in the back of the net, and that won them the game.
And that's all that matters. Yeah, we were sitting here at the desk thinking, oh, this is a bit far out, but Diallo, I mean, what a fantastic player coming on off the bench. Great save by Newland.
And the celebrations continue on for Norway. All right, well, Jameis Winston was in Dallas for this one.
Is presented by Bank of America.
Antonio Nusa's goal getting quite the reaction from the fans at a watch party in Oslo because Norway lead Ivory Coast 1-0. They are halfway towards booking a round of 16 date with Brazil. I'm Pim Moonstein, Carly Lloyd, Mikel John Obi and Peter Schmeichel with you. Well, Norway's 3 group games featured a total of 15 goals and they've managed to open the scoring already today. It was very exciting. Look at that, Jameis Winston getting right in amongst the action with the Norway fans. But Mikel, it was a big chance for Ivory Coast first.
Yes, it was. You don't give this man here, Diomande, that much space. He will find people in box, and he did that. But a poor finish from Pepe.
And it's been all Ivory Coast for the most part this half with the better chances. And then sometimes it just takes a little individual brilliance. Nusa, I mean, what a shot. Everybody's worried about Haaland, and he says, oh, I'll take this one. It's got to be up there with goal of the tournament.
Yeah, very good goal.
He's putting himself in the mix, isn't he? He's the youngest scorer for Norway at a major tournament.
We were thinking, where is Haaland? Is he going to score? He gets a chance here. That's his first really big chance. But that's great defending. Now, that's 2 minutes after the goal. That could have closed the game. He's not offside. So, but that's really, really good defending. It's a corner kick now. And what happens from the corner kick? Well, Sörloth, one of the players you really want to have that chance, gets it. And it becomes, it's just a glancing header. That should have been 2-0.
So the advantage with Norway at the half-time. However, Ivory Coast, what do they need to do in this second half, do you think?
They've been the much better side in this first half, no doubt about it. I don't think they need to panic. They need to continue playing the way they've done in this first half. They've had their chances, they've created chances, but not clear-cut chances. But if they continue to play the way they've done so far, give the ball to Diomande. He's the guy to create those chances. We need to see a bit more from Pepe. If they continue to play the way they do, I think they might get themselves back into this game.
OK, well, can Norway keep up with it?
Must have been the better team over the half. I think they had a lot more chances, a lot more dribbles in the opposition box. And against the runner player, Norway definitely took their chance when they needed to.
It's one of those games where you just know there was going to be a shift of energy at some point. And for the Ivory Coast, having opportunity, getting in behind Norway, you felt they had to get something from that period of strength they had in the game.
Yeah, they dominated. Well, not dominated, but they had the most of the clear-cut chances. They had good opportunities to be ahead in this game. And myself and Wayne and 9 corners. Me and Wayne was just talking about when you have that kind of momentum and you create so many chances, give yourself that luxury to try and get your noses in front, because then it kind of just allows the opposition team to come at you, and then the game opens more for you to have more opportunities, but they never took their chances. And then when the momentum shifted, and Norway made full use of the opportunity.
We said pre-match no team had ever made 10 changes and then made 10 changes for the next game. And actually, there was a bit about Norway that you could almost see that they'd had that game off. It took a bit of time, didn't it, for them to kind of get into the game. They didn't panic, but they weren't perhaps kind of at their full throttle, were they, for quite a while?
No, they wasn't. And at times, because Ivory Coast had the momentum, as Benny said, then you had to stay in the game. And they had some good half opportunities, and Haaland had some half opportunities, but when the opportunity came, you have to be clinical, and in these knockout stages, that's what this game is all about, and being clinical and taking your chances, and Norway have done that, and after that, they obviously had a few more chances, but...
So let's have a look at the goal, because it's really cleverly worked, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and Noosa does well, he holds his position, but if you just watch Wolf, and what he does now is really clever. You see him pointing now for the ball to go back to Noosa. He takes the defender in to create space. So instead of now, with Noosa, instead of the full-back defending, he's got Pepe defending, who doesn't really like defending that much. And then a little bit of magic opens his body up, and it's a wonderful finish. But Wolf does so well here to create the space for him, and then Noosa comes inside, and the keeper has no chance. It's a wonderful goal, and now Norway have the upper hand in this game.
They call him the Norwegian Neymar, Antonio Noosa. Not the Leipzig winger we thought we might be talking about, but they loved this in Oslo. This is the Ullevål Stadium, you'll see in a second, which is absolutely packed with the Norwegian fans who couldn't make it out to the US. And they celebrated this one as if they'd already made it through to the round of 16. There's a long way to go, but they are loving it. A beautiful midsummer's night there in Oslo, and probably won't get dark tonight, Wayne. Your kind of place.
Yeah, well, I've said in the last few games I want to make it out to one of these like fan parks, and that's been number one up to now.
Well, if they go through, we'll see what we can do. I'm sure we can get a camera crew to follow you. Ivory Coast did have their chances, and they did have, I was going to say the lion's share, maybe the elephant's share of the attacking play in the early two-thirds of that half.
Yeah, and I think we spoke about the wingers and how important they are to Ivory Coast, and this again was really good wing play. Diomande really holding up the ball, and that's Corden, the left-back, overlapping. It was great time of the pass. He cuts in on his right foot and has a shot, and it was really unlucky to not maybe make the keeper work. I think there's a little bit disappointing in terms of his runners in the box, and again, I think all we spoke about that first half is Diomande and Pepe, how important they are to Ivory Coast, and Diomande doing what he's done all tournament, cutting inside, but also Pepe, you see his movement, one for the defender, one for himself, and getting in the back post. I think he'd be really disappointed with that. I think he needs to try and hit it more into the ground. Of course, it's on his weak foot, but I think it was two fantastic chances for Ivory Coast.
Just to add on what Steph said there, I'm disappointed at the striker that he never even gambled to try and get his nose ahead in between the two centre-backs, because, yeah, it was coming from across from Diomande to the other winger, and the striker just stands in the middle without a movement.
Well, we'll see one shortly with Haaland, the difference in anticipation.
Yes, exactly.
You'll see it shortly coming up.
But let's have a little look a bit more at the Ivory Coast, though, and their right-hand side, and Pepe in particular, who was getting them forwards. Benny.
Yeah, when we spoke about Ivory Coast is not taking their chances, but having the upper hand of the game, Due and Pepe, they had so much joy the whole game, having that nice intricate passes between the two, and Due was underlapping, and then he allows Nicolas Pepe to stay wide, and when he stays wide, Nicolas Pepe go inside. So that combination worked really well for them, and they created so many chances. But unfortunately, when you get so many opportunities and you don't stick one away, and then you find yourself just being sucker punched towards the end, and you're trailing. But when you look, it was almost all Ivory Coast. Nicolas Pepe again, you're on the outside, nice little body swerve, sending the Norwegian to the tuck shop, and then puts in a fantastic ball. But yeah, just a little bit too much pace for Kessie and Bonnie to...
You remember Pepe was £72 million signing for Arsenal back in 2019. Didn't work for him there under Unai Emery.
Yeah, the Premier League ain't no
Picnic.
It's a tough... Yeah, I know, picnic, exactly.
Food example.
Yep, yes. No, it is a tough place, and especially for him, when you come with such a big price tag, you know, and you have to deliver straight off. Otherwise,
but he's doing well at Villarreal and was nominated for the La Liga Team of the Season, and he's obviously out to impress in this World Cup. Not just got the end product just yet. Neither has Erling Haaland actually, and was a bit quiet early on. Was that credit to Ivory Coast or?
Yeah, it was. I think Ivory Coast had the best of the first half, but he's always a threat, and you can't keep giving these opportunities or half opportunities. Here he makes a really good run, creates some space, and if the pass is a little bit better, he gets a good chance at goal. And then again here, nothing special in what he's doing, just staying in the middle of the goal. But then he pulls to the back post again. Probably has a little bit too much time on his hands, and it's a difficult head to score from. But this is how you defend against Erling Haaland. If you look at the two Ivory Coast defenders, not giving him any room, staying tight to him. It's a float across, but then again, it's a very difficult header to get anything from. And then this when we're talking about the anticipation of Ivory Coast here. It goes over his head, he stays alive. And I think it's good defended, but I think he'll be disappointed that he doesn't get a better connection on that. But if you keep giving him these little half opportunities, he will punish you. So I think Ivory Coast has defended well, but they still need to keep an eye on him.
Now they're going to be chasing the game a bit more as well, Steph, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think Wayne highlighted a lot of Haaland's positions. He's right in between the centre-backs, and I think the more that Ivory Coast try and go and get back into this game, there's going to be more space for him. So even more so now, they have to really concentrate on the fact that where is Haaland all the time?
OK, let's go back to Steve Bauer.